there's this moment where something gets hard and my brain immediately says nope, and I never question it. I always thought that meant I wasn't ready or it just wasn't the right time. But I slowly began to realize that feeling is a sign to lean in, not leave. And once I started moving with it instead of running away from it, the things that would fall apart start to actually stick. And I want to walk you through how I figured it out. Now, this may seem a little bit disgusting, but I want to make this point so you can understand where we're going with the rest of this video. So I remember, I don't know exactly when, but my fingers accidentally hit my ear. And I felt something painful. And so I hit something, I'm like, what is this? And then I go back and I start feeling around and I start getting more tender on the spot that's painful until I realize, oh, there's a pimple in my ear. And so I popped it. And yeah, popping and pimple hurt. But once you got popped, the pain went away. And then when my fingers brushed against my ear, yeah, it was a little bit sore, a little tender. But eventually it all went away and I was cool. So this is a quick example of how pain showed me a problem. And I fixed it. Whew, bless me. Like I said, pain showed me a problem and I fixed it. Now, where are we going with this? How does this relate to you? Have you ever watched a video and it gave you some of the best information you ever got? Or not even that dramatic, but it gave you some good information and you want to use it, but you tell yourself, I'm gonna do it tomorrow, I'm gonna do it later. You procrastinate and you never get around to it. Why? You might not even be aware this is happening, and it may be happening subconsciously, but you think that doing this thing you learned from this video is going to take effort. The thought of you going through the effort to do this thing causes discomfort, or in other words, pain. And this stuff happens so fast, but I want you to start being aware of it. But you feel this uncomfortable feeling at the thought of you having to do this effortful thing, and so you run from it by saying, I'll do it later. Oh, I'm gonna procrastinate. I don't feel like doing it. So discomfort, resistance, pain, whatever you want to call it, it's always going to be there. But you have a choice in how you respond to it. You can be like me, whereas I found a pimple in my ear and I decided to go with it and pop it and fix the problem. Or you can do what the masses do. Well, when they see some type of problem, feel any type of discomfort, anything, any resistance, they run from it. And nothing changes for them. You can either choose to see that discomfort as a sign to keep going or as a sign to run. And depending on what choice you make, will determine what you get from this life. And this is to say, if you feel like you just got shot and you pressing on, and like just say you got shot and you want to go run, right? But running after having just got shot is horrible. But you say no, that's just discomfort, and I can no, don't be stupid. But you know what I mean? Like when it counts, that's when you want to be able to lean in. Like me with basketball, I remember when I was first getting started this year, like getting more consistent shooting hoops. I remember I was out there shooting and I wasn't making a single shot, and I got so frustrated. I'm like, you know what? This is not for me. And so I grabbed my ball, getting ready to leave, but halfway before me leaving the court, a thought came to my mind that said, Faith, that frustration isn't a sign for you to leave. That's just a sign that you're learning, that you're growing. You want to get this ball in this hoop and you're not getting it. That means you're learning how to do this. So why are you leaving the court when you're learning right now? Why not just keep shooting? And the second I thought that, my entire perspective on the situation changed and I stopped feeling frustrated. And it's like, you know what? You're right. This is good. I'm missing them right now, but when I go to sleep and reflect and start the learning process, I'm not going to be missing them as often. And that's literally what's happened. I've gotten pretty good at shooting. I don't miss as consistently. I'm not the best, but I'm a lot better than when I first started. And I never would have got there if I hadn't been able to turn around those moments of frustration when I want to just quit and give up around and say, oh, this is a sign for me to lean in. This is not a sign for me to leave. Unfortunately, we live in a society that doesn't teach us how to move forward when things get difficult. Because if imagine you had a group of people who all knew how to just keep showing up for themselves and keep doing the habits that will make them better and improve their lives. You had those people. Can you control them? Can you tell them, hey, by the way, I know you want to achieve mastery in this level and like you're self-actualizing, but I also want somebody to do this for me, make money for me, so I can live how I want. So we can't have you do that. So instead, what we're gonna do is we're gonna teach you how to be obedient, pleasure-driven, consumerist zombies, and then we're going to profit off of you and control you. And so we live in a society that teaches us to shut up, sit still, and listen to our teachers, listen to our bosses, listen to anybody with authority, but don't listen to ourselves in our own command. We're taught to amuse ourselves to death. We literally value just entertainment and instant gratification and easy things and pleasure. That's literally all we go for. And then we're taught to just buy things because if you buy this and you buy that and you buy this, you'll be happy, people will love you, you'll be cool, all the above. And so we fall into these values and it weakens us. And so now we just think, okay, the way to live is to work for someone else and help make them money. And then my days off, we watch TV. And oh, this movie came out. I want to see this movie. And then we just get on TikTok. And then when I get paid, instead of saving money and investing in myself, I'm gonna buy all these things because I want to be happy. I want to be loved. And I want to be high status. That is a trap. That is a trap. And most people don't become aware of that. That's why I make videos like this, because I want you to be aware of the society we're in and choose to take back your power. And one of the biggest things you can do in taking back that power is learning how to push through uncomfortable things. Because the only way you're going to achieve much in this life and master yourself and be more intentional and get the future you want to have actually happen is to show up when you don't feel like it. It is to put in the work when you want to do something else. It is to make sacrifices, to delay gratification. And all that stuff is going to come with a feeling of discomfort, pain. And so if you don't learn how to lean into that pain and you instead run, nothing's going to change for you. Literally, your life's going to stay the same. And there's a quote I want to give you by Dean Carnegie. I don't know how to say his name. But he said, don't confuse comfort with happiness. Please don't. Because comfort will not make you happy. But being able to feel discomfort and still moving forward despite that will make you happy. Just don't be OD with it. Don't be extreme, okay? So what are you running from out of discomfort? What is something you've been wanting to do, but you just have not done it because you've been uncomfortable? What is that? That can be anything. Going to the gym, calling up your parents, you're calling up the person and having that conversation, going for that promotion, applying for new jobs, you're getting a new car, or moving out. Like, what is it? Whatever it is, you need to have a plan for that thing. And there's two things that's going to go into this plan that'll help you finally do it. The first thing is knowing the behaviors you gotta do to make the most progress on that thing. So for example, let's say what you want to do is just create content. You really want to be a YouTuber, right? Well, what's some behaviors, 1 to 3, you can do to be a YouTuber? Record videos. That's it. That's literally it. Record videos. That's all you gotta do. And so to make sure you get those things done, you're gonna put it into this plan. I will do behavior at time or event in environment. So for example, let me break down those elements really quick. Behavior is just the behavior you're going to do. Time is whatever time you're going to do it. Event is something you're already doing. So for example, event is something like washing your car or just like driving to work, cleaning your bed, eating dinner. These are events, things you already do. And environment is where you're going to be at. So for example, let's say I want to be a YouTuber, or you want to be a YouTuber, and you understand the behavior is you need to record videos. How can you put this into that formula to ensure you record videos? Well, for me, I will record 4 videos after I shoot hoops. Shooting hoops is an event. I already shoot hoops after I shoot videos in my office. So literally, I went outside this morning around 9. It's 11:37 right now. I got up, shot hoops, And then came in, and when I have to think of what am I gonna do today? Oh, I got so much free time. I sat down to record and start recording the video. This is my fourth and last video. So having a plan like this is very important because it gives you a cue. Most of us just forget to do the things we want to do. So having a cue, as in a plan, will solve that problem for you. And I will say, make sure whatever you need to do, that behavior is in your environment. So for example, my behavior is YouTube. So I make sure that I said I'm going to be in the office recording videos. So I made sure everything I needed to record videos was in the office, was in the environment. That's just a little side note. Now, hopefully you did this. Hopefully you figured out what you want to do. You figured out the behavior and you made a plan. And the next thing is just following the plan daily. But you might feel resistance doing it. You might not feel like doing it. And in those cases, if it's hard to follow out the plan, what now? That's the point. You know? I'm not here saying you do this stuff, it's going to be easy for you to do what you want to do. No. I'm here to show you that you have a choice. When you don't feel like doing something, do you take that as a sign to leave or as a sign to lean in? And that's the choice you're going to be faced with. See, now you can either decide to do that behavior anyway and understand that the resistance is just going to be there and that's okay. Or you can run and never see anything happen in your life. Now, if you choose to lean in, you are stepping out of your comfort zone. And the beautiful thing about this is you don't have to be out of your comfort zone for a long time for it to grow. You just need to get out and be out long enough. And then you can go back in your comfort zone. But this time when you step out, it's going to take a little bit longer to step out. Because you're going to have grown. And you're going to keep growing. And you're going to keep growing. And things that once scared you, it's going to feel normal to you. And your skills are going to improve. Your confidence is going to improve. Your self-esteem is going to improve. All because you're learning how to get outside your comfort zone. And stay out long enough for it to start growing before you go back in. But if you're going to be like most people that never leave their comfort zone, then it's going to shrink. It's going to shrink. And your life is not going to be what you want it to be. I'm promising you, it will not be. So let me know in the comments, what are you going to stop running from out of discomfort? If you can make it up in your mind that you're going to stop letting it run you out, things will change for you. Now, making a plan, a little side note, is very important for living more intentional, especially in the day and age we live in, where our society doesn't want us to be great. You know, if they want us to be great, they want to have created this default mode of living where you know what it is when you get a job and you wake up at 2 hours before you go to work and you sit on your phone and scroll and you rush to work and you spend 8, 9, 10 hours of your life doing things that don't matter to you. I'm so sorry, I don't know why I'm burping. I mean, I've been talking since 11. It is 10. It's 11:40. So I've been on it. But 8, 9, 10 hours you work and you get off clock and then you watch TV and scroll on your phone, eat junk and go to bed and you wake up and you repeat the cycle until your day off and it's your day off. And then back to work, 40, 50, 60 years pass and then you retire and all you can think about are the golden days of you clocking in and clocking out of work, but not of you mastering yourself and connecting with other people and expressing yourself and achieving mastery of something and having things that give you achievement. You can't see any of that because you were conditioned to be on this default mode of life that our society has made for us. Our society does not want us to be great. That's why it's so important that we learn how to be great in that society regardless, and being more intentional and making plans that we just covered is a big step in doing that, but that alone is not enough. That is why I made the course called Live by Design. It'll be the first link in my description to show you how to live life with more intention. Because it's those who live with intention that get what they want because they're intentional about it. Definitely go check that out. If you like this video, you have any insights, give me a thumbs up, comment what you learned, subscribe, all that good stuff. Regardless, this is my 4th video. I'm done recording for the week. So now I'm gonna head out and do some other things. But we'll see each other for the next video. Bye.